Hi guys, welcome to my channel Data Wisdom. Today we are going to see how do we use filter by expression component in AbInitio. So filter by expression component is present into transform folder into component library, and this component is used to filter input records based on the DML expression which is mentioned into select expression parameter. So if this expression resolves to any non-zero value, we'll get those records into output port or the file which is connected to output of filter by expression component. If it is being resolved to 0, we'll get those records into deselect port. We can connect a file and get those records. If the expression is being resolved to null, we'll get those into rejected records file or from reject port. So for collecting all the reject records, we'll have to set the value of reject threshold to never abort. Okay, so we have an input file where we have some client data. Let's view the data first and we'll see what condition are we writing and where do we get those records. Okay, so into this file we have these many number of columns and I want to filter my data based on gender. So if gender is male, I should get those records into output. If the gender is not male, I'll be getting it from deselect port. Let's see how do we implement this condition. So for writing a condition, we'll go to select expression. If you double click on select expression parameter, you will get all the fields available into your input. So we want to filter it based on gender, and my condition is gender is equal to M. So for the records for which gender is M, this condition will resolve to a positive value or a non-zero value. For the gender female and other values, it will be resolved to 0 and I'll get those records into deselect port. Let's validate the condition. This says expression is okay, and let's run our graph. So after running our graph, we'll see 250 records are passed to outflow, 34 records are into deselect flow. Let's view the data of deselect flow. So for all of these records, our gender will be female. So let's select till the end of the file. So if you see, for all of these records, gender is female. Okay, now let's view the data of our file which is connected to outflow. For this file, gender should be M for all the records. See, now, so this was an example of writing our select expression. If you want to write multiple condition, you can write it over here. Gender is M, or cust underscore ID is greater than 10,000. So again, it will check both the condition and it will return data accordingly. Okay, we are getting all true 84 records into our selected output port, because for the genders female also customer ID is greater than 10,000. Okay, see, even if gender is female, customer ID is greater than 10,000. That's why we are getting that record from output flow. Okay, similarly you can write multiple conditions and based on the result value it will pass the records. Now let's see if my expression is null. So in this condition I should get all the records into my rejected flow. Let's run the graph. See, if my expression is being resolved to null, I'll get all the records into rejected port. And as I told earlier, if it is resolving to any positive value, it will go to outputs. So let's write the expression 1 plus 1, which will resolve to 2. Let's validate it. See, we got all 284 records into our output flow because select expression was resolving to positive value or non-zero value. Now let's write a expression 1 minus 1, which will resolve to 0. Let's see where does our input record goes. It will flow to deselect 5. So remember, filter by expression is used to filter input records. For any non-zero value, the data will go to output. For all the values that are being resolved to 0, it will go to deselect port. For all the expression which is being resolved to null, all my records will go to rejected records. Okay. For collecting rejected records, we'll have to set our reject threshold parameter to never abort. Thank you.